light of consciousness, cosmic comedy, as an absolute math, fuzzy math. Now I'm going to tell you something different about myself. I am not a comic. I'm a motivational speaker. But what I'm doing tonight is performance art. That's the white boy in the back. He thinks I'm a comedian, but none of my jokes are funny. Matter of fact, that silly white boy in the back is actually a black guy. I'm so full of shit. And so now, here's a short version of one of my not funny jokes about the first time I got kicked out of church. I'm almost 8 years old. I go to church. I pull my dick out, and I realize this ain't no motherfucking place. For me, I keep going back. Here's the long version, the same joke. It's been a while. These drugs take hours to process the effect. Here it is. When I was a kid, me and my mom went to church every Sunday, but I still got in trouble a lot at home and in school. So when I was a kid, so when I turned 7, I decided to read the Bible to figure out what I was doing wrong. I mean, who likes ass whippings and paddlings? Anyone? I mean, anyone besides her? Anyone? Mm-hmm. So when I turned 7.5, me and my mom moved to Texas. Sunday school teacher, preacher wife. Sunday school teacher say, "Who the first 2 people God created?" And I ain't raised my hand. I ain't even been in town 2 weeks, so she picked on me. And I said, "I don't know," because I was wondering that myself. And then I thought, is this a trick question? Sunday school teacher, preacher wife. Sunday school teacher say, "I see you over there flirting, talking with everybody. You ain't paying attention. You ain't read the lesson." So I stood up out of self-respect. This is a church. It's supposed to be dignified. So I stands up to dignify her query with a response. And I asked, "Did you read the book?" You read the book. Books say God made man on the 6th day, male and female. Books say God gave them dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the animals, all the creepy things, and the green herbs to use for food. Then God rested. Next week, God, he and I, not God, us and our, and next week, God, he and I went eastward in Eden and made Adam. Then after Adam got lonely, he made Eve. Not a female, but a woman. I don't know. The lesson ain't right. When I stood up and said that with the most awesome dignity known to a 7.5-year-old at the time, I didn't realize that at 7.5 years old, she wasn't going to let me just sit right back down and continue the lesson like she was going to teach me something. I really and truly wanted to know what was going on. I swear for a miracle. I didn't know that I was. I ain't even 8 years old. I'm out of town at a black people's church on Sunday before Easter. What nerve I got schooling the Sunday school teacher, preach what? What nerve I got schooling the Sunday school teacher on the Bible? Sunday school teacher, preach what? Sunday school teacher had to call for backup. My mama was trying to get in the choir. She was trying to do. See, I thought I'd be good at church because I read the Bible, but what happened was, let's say I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped in the middle of Sunday school in front of all the 3rd and 4th grade kids in the neighborhood that it's the first time they met me. Life is full of trauma and abuse. I mean, ups and downs. This thing ain't easy for nobody. That's why I the light of consciousness, am ushering in this new genre of cosmic comedy. Which reminds me, You know that green herb we're supposed to use for food? Well, nowadays I smoke mine because man does not live by bread alone.